Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I'm going to be modifying my Spyderco Para 3 with some RGT skinny micarta Para 3 scales. What makes them skinny? Well, if we line them up here with the Spyderco Para 3, you can see the part that we're eliminating is this hump of G10 right here, making the grip area, well, the main area of the scales, basically a little bit skinnier. That's cool. I love the Para 3 in its current form. I did have to change the clip out. But I've had this one for a while. This is one that my wife gave me, and I love it, and I carry it all the time. But I also really like modifying my knives. I've got lots of Spyderco knives and other knives that I have modified, so I won't say no to an opportunity to just change things up. These scales can be found right down in the description. There are lots of RGT scales and clips and all sorts of things for the Spyderco PM2 and Para 3 at least. I think there's a few parts for other knives. I'll link that stuff down there so you can check them out. This is relatively straightforward and something that anybody can do. The one area on the Spyderco or knives like this, the lanyard barrel is kind of a pain to get around, and it's a matter of opening this up and kind of wiggling it, and just it takes a while to lift off. So this is all going to be hyperlapse. This is not an instructional video, not a how-to video. I've got lots of other modification videos where I do it slowly and kind of explain it, and YouTube has an overabundance of them. Really, I just want to see how these fit. If all the tolerances stay the same, I want to see the quality of these, because these are made in the United States, which is really cool, and they're not super expensive. So this is a cheap way to, or a relatively inexpensive way to modify, in this case, the Spyderco Para 3. And, if it's something that you care about, then, buying something that's made in the United States, which is cool because the Spyderco Para 3 is also made in the United States. So thank you to DLT Trading for sending these in for me to take a look at. Like I said, I invite you guys to check out RGT stuff down in the description. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and get these installed. Okay, we're all done, and yeah, this came together beautifully. The action is great, and everything's centered up as well. I was concerned that we weren't going to get good centering, or that it was going to have blade play or something. No, I'm really happy to say that this came together really well, and as you can see, the fitment on everything is wonderful. So yeah, this definitely gave my Maximate Para 3 a new look for sure. Now, that was a longer hyperlapse than what you guys are used to. And just know, what's going to slow you down is the lanyard barrel. But I'm sure you guys saw me use this. This is a Victorinox Cadet, and I just used the file to get up underneath the original G10 scale. So you can see here, This is the mark that it left on the inside. Not too concerned with that. If you're concerned like, oh, what if I want to use the scales again? Any marks would be on the inside of the scale. For me, the scales are going to stay with me, but I'm not going to use them again. They're probably just going to stay, you know, there, and I'll have these scales on until I decide to change something else. But this allowed me to get underneath there and keep pushing and twisting towards the lanyard hole until I was able to pry it loose from the lanyard barrel without damaging it, which was great. You probably also saw me use, and by the way, I will link everything that I used in the video, the oil and all that. And truthfully, you guys are going to want to get some 242 Loctite because you're going to want to Loctite the pivot. There was a decent amount of blue Loctite in that guy. Sorry, let me refocus. A decent amount of blue Loctite in that guy, which I was able to break through with the WIA stubby driver here. I don't know why we're having trouble focusing all of a sudden. Yeah, all of this stuff was great. You are probably going to want to have a separate a separate bit set. I wonder if I can, all of a sudden it's like, this thing just does not want to focus. This is a cheap set. I need to just get another one of these so that I have another, you know, bit set and driver. But this stuff you're going to want, the 10 weight nano oil is definitely something that's good to have because that will keep the inside of the pivot running smooth, and you're going to want to, mine needed cleaning out, so I cleaned it out right. You might have seen me use this Leatherman Wave to grab on to this this standoff back here, and that's because it's free spinning. So you're likely only going to get one side loose, but if you grab onto that with something like tools, you're going to scratch it up. So what I did is I just wrapped it up in this cloth here and grabbed onto it, and I was able to get enough friction to get it to turn. Then later on, you might have actually seen me, I'm sure you guys could guess what I was doing. I was trying to get the barrel to fit back through because it like press fits inside of the scale. So I had it, you know, you want to take the pocket clip off, of course, but I was setting the cloth down on it, and then I was setting you can use, there's better things to use, but I was setting this down so I could push really hard you know, have a relatively flat surface you can use anything flat for that's hard that you can apply pressure to, because you're not going to be able to squeeze them back together. You're going to have to, I was having to put my full body weight and push down on that thing. It finally clicked back together. Then you probably saw me have a little bit of extra trouble, and that's because there were two things that happened. Number one, I forgot, when I got the scales together, I forgot to put that in. Then I put that in, started screwing things down. Then I realized I forgot to put the stop pin back in, which was stupid. That was my fault. If you remember to put that barrel back in and the stop pin back in, you'll have less trouble than I did. Truthfully, it was about what I expected. Outside of the things that were my fault, it's about what I expected. This was the easiest experience that I have had disassembling a Spyderco knife with that problematic lanyard barrel ever. And that's from experience, right? I've started using this, and I've also, you know, started using some other things, but couple of drivers, right? Even if you buy two of these, that's fine. So you can get at it, you know, from both sides to screw in, right? You're going to have to one on each side. Good set of bits. I accidentally a couple of times used the T7 where I was supposed to be using a T8. Be careful about that. Spyderco screws can strip. But, you know, it all came together, and I think it looks really good. The fit and finish on these is really good. We don't have anything lipped over where it's not supposed to be. Does the grip feel that much different? It does feel a little bit skinnier, you know, a little bit. I'm not going to say that I'm like, oh my gosh, the ergonomics are just night and day. No, it's nice. Mainly, I just wanted the look, you know, just to change it up and do something different. But I can tell you that the ergonomics are still great. That is probably, you know, still some due to this area in here being shaved down, but also because this pocket clip from MXG does a better job than the original clip, and it's not so low. But yeah, I mean, geez, look at the action here. This is great. I'm gonna have to Loctite it, but we're centered and everything is nice and solid. Okay, well, you know what? That was my first experience with RGT. But yeah, this is great. I don't think these are horribly expensive. Like I said, I'll link the scales down below. Yeah, I can absolutely recommend these scales. I think you guys should check them out if you want to spice up your Para 3, your PM2, or various other. I think they've got a few things for some other knives. Anyways, Thanks again to DLT Trading for sending these in for me to take a look at. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.